again. It's Simon, and tonight we continue our journey. A path that grows darker and more uncertain with each step. Berlin, 1943, a city filled with whispers, secrets, and choices that could change everything. Before we begin, take a moment to find stillness. Feel the surface beneath you, steady and grounding. Let your body relax completely. Take a slow, deep breath in and out, releasing the tension of the day. In and out. In and out. In and out. Now, let's step back into the story. Simon leaned against the cold brick wall of the alley, his breath visible in the icy air. The faint sound of footsteps had echoed down the cobblestone streets behind him, but they were growing fainter. He had slipped away from the soldiers just in time. His hand brushed against the note in his pocket as he caught his breath. The woman's words replayed in his mind. Find the bakery near the market square. Ask for the special. Simon adjusted his coat, stepping cautiously out of the shadows and onto the quiet street. The sky above was overcast, casting a dim light over the city. He moved quickly, his eyes scanning every corner for signs of danger. The market square wasn't far. Even in wartime, its narrow streets bustled with activity during the day. Vendors selling bread and goods, civilians exchanging quiet conversations. Under the watchful eyes of patrolling soldiers. Simon approached the square cautiously, his heart pounding as he blended into the small crowd. The bakery stood on the far side, its sign faded but legible. He stepped inside, the bell above the door chiming softly. The smell of freshly baked bread filled the air, momentarily easing the tension in Simon's chest. Behind the counter stood an older man, his face lined with years of worry, but his eyes sharp and observant. The room fell silent, the weight of his words settling over the group. The young man leaned closer, his voice quieter now. If what you're saying is true, you could be in more danger than you realize. The Gestapo isn't just looking for spies. They're hunting anyone who threatens their plans. And if you're from another time... Simon nodded slowly. I don't know how I got here, but I need to find a way back. I don't want to interfere with anything. The woman placed a hand on his arm, her gaze steady. It might be too late for that. If you've already been seen, you've changed something. The question is, how much? The room grew tense as the implications of her words sank in. Simon glanced down at the maps on the table, his eyes catching on a marked location near the edge of the city. "What's this?" he asked, pointing to the map. The young man followed his gaze. "A weapons depot. The Nazis are storing supplies there, but it's more than that. We think they're experimenting with something dangerous." Simon's mind raced. Could this be connected to the strange magic that brought him here? "I want to help," he said firmly, looking around the room. "If I've already changed something, maybe I can help fix it." The group exchanged glances again, their expressions a mix of skepticism and reluctant trust. The woman nodded slowly. "We'll see what you can do, but if you're going to stay, you'll need to be careful. One wrong move, and we all pay the price." For now, we'll pause here. This is the end of episode 3, but Simon's path has only just begun. Imagine the dim light of the cellar, the tension in the air, and the uncertainty of what lies ahead. Breathe deeply, let the calm settle over you.